Hello, everybody, and welcome back today to episode 2 of season 2 in my F1 2019 Road to Glory with Williams. It's episode 2 today for the Bahrain Grand Prix if you did miss out on the last episode. The Australian Grand Prix, all in all, a pretty good episode. I'm not going to say any spoiler alerts on that one, you'll just have to go check it out here. It's time though for the Bahraini Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to this one here, but yeah, we'll see then what we can do. Um, yeah, we're going to have that award come through there as well. That'll be nice. That'll come through then in a couple races' time. I think that'll come through in. When will that come through? It doesn't say when that'll come through, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to qualifying then, guys. I'm not really too confident, really, around the Bahrain circuit that we'll do too well, but yeah, it's not a circuit I'm a massive fan of. But we'll just have to see then what we can do here in Bahrain. I'm gonna mute, guys. We're gonna do our lap. Let's go. Okay, then we run up to the line. It's P13 in qualifying. So yeah, a great qualifying for us there. Gonna try and stay out of trouble for this Grand Prix. I reckon that will just be the main goal. Try and hold on to where we are, but look at that. Perez and Hulkenberg, 1 and 2 there. You got Alfa Romeo of Albon up there again. The two Renaults doing quite well. 7th and 11th there. The Red Bulls, though, fairly down the order. Bearing in mind, spoiler alert, Hamilton won the Australian Grand Prix there. He is right down the order. But, yeah, we'll just see then what we can do in the rest of this Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now I know the car's fairly shapy around here, I reckon we could have a pretty good race. It's really funny, it's always the races I say, oh yeah, I'm not expecting a lot from this weekend, I don't think the pace is there. As soon as I say that, we go and put in an absolute stormer of a qualifying lap. And yeah, I'm calling 13th a stormer of a qualifying lap. Now, we don't have enough points for that upgrade just yet. I mean, look how tantalisingly close we are there. Just about 80 more points here, which, I mean, you pretty much get that from completing a lap of qualifying there. Well, you get about, I don't know, what, like 400 from completing a qualifying lap? So close there. Okay then, here we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Looks like we've been elevated a position. Who is not in front of us? Let's have a look. Leclerc, right down the order. So, yeah, not great for him. But here we go then. 5 red lights go out, we'll be racing. It is go here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. A fairly good launch us there, but then we just suffer with a lot of secondary wheels in here. But we're going to go into turn 1 now. We're going to be in the middle here. Oh my word, can we get a double overtake done on one of the Red Bull cars? I think we might be able to. There's a Red Bull and a Ferrari somewhere on our inside. But are we through? Yes, we are. We're into P10 then in this Grand Prix, ahead of Max Verstappen's Red Bull. What on earth here? So we're going to try and look for a move maybe on Lewis Hamilton here. But yeah, P10 then in this race. So yeah, let's just try and defend this then. We're going to try and see obviously if we can get any more overtakes and do any better. But yeah, oh my word here, the brakes just not feeling too good. If you remember Australia, we locked up and went straight into the back of Russell on the opening lap. Yeah, our own teammate we made contact with. So not great on that front there, but Bottas is fighting away then with the two McLaren cars. But yeah, oh, there's our car veering off to the left a little bit there, and the right, sorry, and again. I don't know what is really happening with that one there, but I don't know if it's an issue related with my controller or if the car is trying to escape from us here. But yeah, a good opening lap then, making up 2 places, and crucially we're in the top 10. So that's a fantastic start to this one here. We're actually gaining on Hamilton here in the Red Bull car. Unreal stuff. I didn't think I'd say that. But yeah, a good start to this one then. Perez leads from Hulkenberg, Vettel, and then Alexander Albon, and then it's Bottas here. But we're going to try and mount a move on Lewis Hamilton here. Can we mount a challenge on him here? We're going to go right around the outside at the first corner here. We are going to do it on Lewis Hamilton. We're up to P9 then in this race. Oh, and Daniel Ricciardo then suffering with an issue here. But we are up into P9 then in this Grand Prix. And we have legitimately overtaken 2 Red Bulls and a Ferrari. Like, what on earth? We seem to have good pace around this track then. The car feels pretty rubbered in, I can't lie. You know, it feels nice to drive around this circuit. So we'll see what we can do here. I don't expect to move too much further forward. But, I mean, yet again, we've just overtaken 2 of the best cars on the grid. A Red Bull and a Ferrari. Well, 2 Red Bulls and 1 Ferrari there. So, I mean, if we can do that, then maybe there's a chance that we could clear the cars in front of us here, but maybe it was just some, you know, beginner's lap 1 luck where we say that and we go extremely wide. But, yeah, then overall, a very good start here. As I say, the rest of this race will just be, I think, more defending than overtaking here, as we're going to pit then lap 6 for a set of medium tyres. You know how we do it around here. Always go for an undercut here, but yeah. Lap 2 then will be completed very soon by Sergio Perez, and then Nico Hulkenberg will follow him across the line here. I think Hamilton is going to be gaining on us a lot here. We've got to try and get in the slipstream, or the long slipstream then, of Kimi Raikkonen there. But is Hamilton going to be going for a move? Not just yet. That's good for us there, and we're going to have PRS then on Raikkonen in front of us. If you remember, me and him got a little bit hot-headed with each other last race, so I'm not trying to repeat that there. But that's Bottas then, still being chased by the 2 McLarens there. They're 3 wide into, what is that, turn 4, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, crazy stuff here in this Bahrain Grand Prix. I cannot quite believe it. But, yeah, as I say then, for us, a great start. We are running in the points and we are keeping with the cars in front of us. And we're pulling away then from the 2 Red Bulls. So, it's also obviously the man who was champion last year for Mercedes and the man who won the season opener for Red Bull here, Lewis Hamilton, obviously. So, yeah, you know, a interesting start to this race. Very interesting start to this race, but you know, we're going to keep pushing on here. Yeah, I mean, 4 tenths is the gap to Hamilton, 2 tenths is the gap to Raikkonen here, so we are keeping with the cars in front and pulling away from the cars behind it. Obviously, we have a slightly stronger engine than last season. You know, just a couple of minor upgrades have been applied here. We'll get more of them later on in the season. And I think our next one's a fairly big one. We're just going to go for the major tyre wear upgrade, well, the ultimate tyre wear upgrade at the minute, because then that's all of them complete. But here now, on Kimi Raikkonen, can we dart ourselves to the outside? Yes, we can there. That was from a long way back, but we've got the move done. We're up into P8 in this one then. So an incredible effort here to elevate us a few places so far this race now, but it's going to be Bottas versus the McLarens in front of us there. Bottas is racing Norris, and then he's got Sainz behind him as well, and we've just pulled right up onto the back of Carlos Sainz. So, yeah, all in all then, a really positive start to this race, and we do have some genuine pace here. So, The Williams car, which, you know, was, well, we had some decent pace in Australia, in all fairness. The car felt really, really nice to drive. The two Mercedes cars, I mean, just look at the mini-map there, they're running away with it out in front, aren't they? I mean, they're in a class of their own, just like they were last season here. Obviously, a fresh driver lineup for Mercedes this season. Bottas moved to Renault, Hamilton's gone to Red Bull. They've signed Perez and Hulkenberg there, which I think is such a strong lineup there, a true underdog lineup. I think two of the most underrated drivers on the current Formula One grid, especially Nico Hulkenberg there. But yeah, you know, a nice start to this one then, as it looks. I say that it looks like they're going to be swapping places for the lead there. They are battling each other out in front. But yeah, the two McLarens here really not letting Bottas have this one, are they? As we all of a sudden are right on the back then of Lando Norris. So things could get a little bit tasty come the end of this race here, but it looks like, you know, signs it's going to be the car all over the back there of Bottas. Bottas has a massive lock up here. We are still jostling for position with Lando Norris here. We're all over the back of him through this next S section here and stuff. So yeah, but a good race so far. As I said, oh, we're going to pit next lap, aren't we? Yeah, next lap we coming into the pit lane. So a positive overall start. Yeah, very happy with all of that. And yeah, I mean, we're not churning through fuel either. So we've got a lot of rich reps to play around with. I mean, this section's pretty good on saving fuel, to be fair. This car's pretty decent at it as well. You don't seem to go through too much here, only on the straights, but then yet again, that's not a lot. But yeah, we'll see what we can do then. And carry on into this one there. We use every single bit of the track here. Oh my word, I almost took out one of the brake boards there. That would have been good fun. But yeah, you really have to try and extend your corners in this car here. As here comes Raikkonen, we're going to make him work for it. We are going to put him to the inside. Because if you remember here last season, Verstappen was trying to overtake us all race here. But if you're on the inside, you just can't get the power down there. You can't get a good exit like as if you're on the racing line there. And that is point proven then. We stay ahead of Raikkonen and keep ourselves in P8 here. We are caught back up then. Onto the McLaren duo and the Renault of Bottas here. I mean, this is such a fascinating battle here. It goes to show how close the McLarens and the Renaults are in performance, well, at least around this track anyway. As the McLaren cars running into good points this weekend. Same can be said for us here. 4 points at the moment. But yeah, the tyre wear all starting to kick in there. We have a fairly biggish lock up there. Quite a long way back. And we'll see then what we can do. So we're going to be beginning lap 7 the next time the leaders cross the finish line here, which will be very shortly. We are going to be though diving into the pit lane and seeing what we can do from here. But yeah, a great start to this race all in all. We are, it's funny here, we're actually keeping up with the cars in front of us and not dropping into the range of the cars behind us here. But yeah, diving it then into the pit lane on lap 7. Though we've already got some cars in the pits here as well, but we lock the front brakes there. It looks like we've got a Mercedes in, a Ferrari in, and we're going to have a McLaren and a Red Bull there of Lewis Hamilton as well. So yeah, you know, we'll just have to see then what we can do. Hopefully we can get a good pit stop there. Oh, it's a beautiful pit. Oh, it's a 1.7. What on earth is what is going on with my team? 1.7 seconds there. By far a new world record. By a tenth there. 1.7 second pit stop. Williams Formula 1 team, take a bow. That was a fantastic stop here. And it's put us out a long way ahead then of Hamilton. Only problem is we have dropped a little bit behind Sainz there, but that's okay. As I say, I don't really think we were fighting Carlos too much there. I mean, it was Norris who was directly in front of us there, but yeah, it's all the S sections on cold tyres is not a corner I want to be taking every day on cold mediums here. But yeah, as I always say this, the best way to warm up a set of tyres is not to, you know, weave around or anything or to brake hard. It's literally just to push them to their absolute limits. It's it's a little bit sketchy for the first lap and a half, but it works. I mean, you just push them as hard as you possibly can. Yeah, signs like pulling away from us here, but he's going to get held up by the Haas and the Toro Rosso. Um, yeah, more cars then starting to pit in this one there. Sainz really having to work for it to get past the Haas, and yeah, we will push on then into this race. It's going to be lap 8 then here, 6 laps to go of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Where are we going to end up in all of this here? As that's working there. I mean, look in front of us there, they're going 3 wide there. We've got a Haas, a Toro Rosso, and a McLaren all battling here for the same bit of tarmac there. That's Lando Norris. So that is the McLaren that we were battling. And here comes Kimi Raikkonen all of a sudden. I mean, just look at this. For a race here, we're going to try and go round the outside of Lando Norris while he's being boxed in by the Haas there. He's going to leave us no room here. This could be a really dodgy overtake here. We're going to get the move done though round the outside of Norris. Unreal stuff here. A great overtake. And we are past then Lando Norris, and I believe we'd be up into P7 then in this race. We are struggling now though to get past Roman Grosjean. But I think we're going to maybe be able to get in DRS here, given we get a good exit. Oh, yes, we are. We don't even need the DRS there. The exit was super strong on that one. He's going to be in our slipstream, though. He's going to be trying to fight us here. If you remember USA last season, we had a bit of a coming together with Grosjean there, like we do there. I don't know why he's trying to fight me so hard here. As all in all here, as now he's going to be losing time to Danny Kvyat in front there. As apologies on that one there. I had a little bit of a microphone bug, which meant my mic was skipping a little bit. But here we go then. On lap 8 of this race here, Danny Kvyat, will he be coming into the pits? No, he won't there. He'll be taking these mediums as far into this race as he can, and I don't blame him here. He's going to need to if he wants that strategy to work here. But all of a sudden then, we have Roman Grosjean on our inside. He is not making it easy for us here. But yeah, we're up then into P7 in this race. A dream start to this Grand Prix then. Well, hopefully a dream end to it as well, because I'm hoping Kvyat and Grosjean will be able to pull away from them a bit now, and they will hold up the cars behind us here. But yeah, in a race where I said then, oh, you know, don't expect much here, this is probably not going to be a good race for us, we're on then. I'm not meaning to jinx it, for a P7 finish. And we are indeed pulling away then from Kvyat and Grosjean. And yeah, I hoped we would. But we have had then good pace in this Grand Prix, like genuine, just honest pace, and is, you know, it has been a good race for us. And Russell ahead of one of the Ferraris. Obviously he had to make a double pit stop, I would believe, that Ferrari, or pitted for damage or something. But you know, we have to take every win that we can get here. Is all very wide off the circuit there, and that's going to be a big incident then, almost, as we bounced across the curbs. The car, it's really weird. You can feel the car go light as soon as you hit a curb. You can feel the car go light, and then it just tries to veer itself off there. But Grosjean then will peel into the pits area. It looks like Kvyat behind will try and hold up the cars behind, which yeah, that's great news for us then, as we're going to have no pressure from behind, hopefully, by the end of this race. Because Kvyat is going to be holding up here. I should think he'd hit this lap here, but they're all racing behind us anyway, so they're all racing behind Kvyat, so they're going to be losing time to him as well. And yeah, so, you know, keep our head down, our nose clean, and just keep pushing on then in this race. We're not exactly catching the cars in front, but yet again, I didn't expect to, because that's a McLaren and that's a Renault. So yeah, all in all then, a really great start to, well, I say a great start, a really great race here in Bahrain. We had pace in qualifying, and as it seemed here, with just 4 laps to go then, we have pace in the Grand Prix here. Can we do it? Can we bring home a P7 finish then for Williams Racing? How I would love to do that. I think it could be possible, you know. I said in Abu Dhabi when when we scored our first 2 points for the Williams team, you know, I said the whole way through that race, oh, I think this is going to be difficult, all this, all that. But no, the car has honest pace here. I mean, just look how much we're pulling away from Kvyat, given he is on worn tyres and stuff. But, you know, at the start of the race, we overtook Ricciardo's Ferrari and the two Red Bull cars, we can't forget here. But, yeah, Kvyat has done us such a massive favour this race. I will never be able to repay him for what he's done for us this Grand Prix there. 4.3 seconds then is the buffer from Raikkonen behind him. Thank God we haven't had too much side-by-side action with him in this race, unlike Australia. We come into contact with Raikkonen about 3 times that race. On the opening lap, we both spun round. Coming out the pit lane, he pushed me off the road, and then we were racing each other. We made a little bit of contact through turn 3, and then obviously spun him with just a few laps to go. But yeah, that was a very scrappy race with Australia, and we still come home with a P12 finish. I always say, if I hadn't broken my front wing or had that spin with Raikkonen, where could we have ended up at Melbourne? Because that was a fantastic race. We had some really good pace here. Likewise with the Bahrain Grand Prix, you know, we had some solid pace. I think maybe Shanghai we might struggle a bit. I just don't think the car's aerodynamic here. We've got yellow flags, that's behind us. I was hoping that'd be in front here, but it looks like it's behind. It's a Red Bull! It is a Red Bull! It is Max Verstappen! Out of the Bahrain Grand Prix! So, I mean, he was running in a lower points position anyway, but that's big. That is one of the big names in this season then. Gone here, obviously, still the Mercedes, the Ferrari, the Red Bulls, and the Alfa Romeo guys are the top cars. So a big name then lost in this Grand Prix with just a couple laps to go here as well. So, you know, for the second year running here, we lose a big name in the last 4 laps of racing. But, yeah, I mean, wow, that is a shocker then of Max Verstappen here. Not an overly great start to the season for him here. But, yeah, I mean, like, look, we're keeping up with the cars in front as well. I mean, that's dropped like 4 tenths in 2 laps. And you think how much better of a car they have compared to us. I mean, we're losing a considerable amount of time to Raikkonen here, but he is probably giving it full push towards the end of this one, because he knows we're in a Williams car, and he knows we probably won't be the most competitive car. But move the brake bias just back, just a little bit, just to see here if we can get on the brakes harder, and we can really push here. But yeah, looking forward then to this Grand Prix here, looking forward to it being over in the nicest way possible here. I want these points, I want them bad here. 2.4 seconds is the gap to Raikkonen here. We're going to have 2 racing laps after this one to see if we can hold on to Kimi. But yeah, all in all, a very nice race. Even if we, you know, do lose some places here, even if we don't finish in the points, it won't be the end of the world. I mean, we've shown that we have some great pace around the Bahrain circuit today. So, you know, if we lose a few places, if we drop out the points, whatever, then, you know, it is what it is. This is not a point scoring car at the end of the day. That's what we have to keep remembering. This car should not be in the points. So, you know, any point we get is such a huge achievement for this team. You know, as hopefully though, by the end of this season, you know, we'll be able to lift them out of this rut. I think we will. We've already, you know, got a lot of upgrades on this car, a lot of big upgrades on this car. We've got some big upgrades coming in the near future as well, you know, big rear downforce upgrades. All there, but it's a big lockup for us here. We're talking about big upgrades, you know, big points, all that. Big lockups now as well for us. But yeah, you know, we've got about a lap and a half to go in this one. But yeah, as I say, I think once we get that major or that ultimate tyre wear upgrade on, I think this car will become, you know, even better. You know, we'll have the rear downforce on, we'll have the ultimate tyre wear upgrade, because, you know, our tyres at this point are looking pretty tatty. But once we get that ultimate tyre wear upgrade on, we won't have to worry about that anymore. And then I think we focus on maybe the rest of the chassis, maybe weight reduction, stuff like that, or maybe even go for, maybe even try and complete the power upgrades. Probably will be the main goal, to try and complete all the engine power upgrades as well, just so we have a bit more go in the Williams car. But yeah. Oh, there's a hit the curve, almost loop it round there. Raikkonen is going to be on the back of our tail here in the final lap of this race. But yeah, a nice race here, even if we get overtaken by Raikkonen. Not the end of the world here, although I will try and keep him behind here because, as it would seem, after Australia, Raikkonen hasn't been the nicest to us this year. So yeah, you know, obviously that spin was a little bit probably self-inflicted, you know, the one when we spun him round. But nothing will stop then the Mercedes cars today. I mean, just look how far ahead they are on the minimap. I believe it will be Nico Hulkenberg to cross the line first here. I think he was the one leading at the start of this one here. We'll take a look when they cross the line. But, oh no, sorry, it will be Sergio Perez then. He wins his first Grand Prix for Mercedes, and in game it will be his first ever victory as well. Nico Hulkenberg second. Sebastian Vettel will take the fastest lap here, but Alex Albon will take the podium place here as Raikkonen there on our inside. We're just going to hold him off there. Bottas fifth, Sainz sixth here. But for us, for Williams, it's P7. Let's go. That's a fantastic finish today. P7 for the Williams team there. That's 6 points, I think. 6 points.
Mercedes are on top form
So,
once again after an
you know,
excellent race weekend.
It's
great to see them up on
an
that podium
incredible
once
Grand
again.
Prix all
And
round.
let's take a look at the driver's
We
standings.
done,
The
I
points that
think,
Sergio Perez
very
earned
well
today
in that
see
race.
him
So we
take
gained
over the lead
5
in the
places
Drivers'
there.
Championship.
Albon
Some
gets a
amazing
podium,
talent out
proud
on the
for
track
Romeo.
today. But Anthony, who would
But
you
yeah,
pick
you
as
know,
your
Russell
driver of
up
the
some
day?
places
Charles
as
Leclerc
well.
showed exactly how
So
to manage.
a good Grand Prix for us as a team here. We had some good pace.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
I'm going to say this.
Would you say that your rival is still on your level? Great. Well, that's everything.
So there we go then, guys. A great race for us here. We see 7 points, 6 points on the board here. And, yeah, a nice job then. A job well done, in fact, as well. So, we're going to get even more bonus points through. We're going to put on this ultimate tyre wear upgrade finally. And there we go, even gets a bit of a discount for us there. We've got a lot more points to spend, so we could do a major power upgrade as well on the car, which would see us bump up the order quite a bit then. And then we have a drag upgrade, and then a lot more to come on. But yeah, here we go then. And I mean, look at all them upgrades. That put us right on the back of Racing Point, which is crucial. That means then we will finally catch up to the cars in front, which is that's fantastic. If we can do that, then we're going to go through it and simulate the practice sessions like we always do, obviously, as well, and see if we can put on any more upgrades. But yeah, what a fantastic result there. Really, really well done from the team. Yeah. I think how we're going to apply upgrades from now on, I think we're going to try and rotate it. I think we're going to try and do, unless we unlock, you know, like major upgrades, whatever, that would really benefit us. I think we obviously aim for them first. But I think we should do like one upgrade per each department at a time, if you know what I mean. So, you know, let's get one on chassis, one on aero. Well, no, say start off with chassis, then go to aero, then go to engine. You know, um, unless say there's 2 upgrades that are going to be really beneficial. For example, like battery saving and I don't know power upgrades or something like that as well. The team goal is to score 1 championship point. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. I will be fully honest here, as oh no, our rear downforce upgrade has failed. Well, it's only going to take 1 week though to come back on for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Then I mean, you can just see what one. What is that? Is that a major upgrade? Yeah, it's a major upgrade here. So you can imagine the effect that something like this would have. A drag upgrade here. But guys, that has been then the Bahrain Grand Prix here. We sit ninth in the driver's standings and then 7th in the constructors there. We jump Toro Rosso. So I think for this season our goal will probably to try and be to beat like Racing Point and Haas probably in the constructors. We're ahead of Max Verstappen in the drivers. Interesting. We're ahead of Daniel Ricciardo as well in the Ferrari. And Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo here. So yeah, nice start then to the season. 7th place for us in Bahrain. But yes, guys, that has been it then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I will see you all next time out in Shanghai. If you have liked this video, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody, and thank you for watching. Cheers.